Livestock News, brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook, or visit us online at sftmeats.com.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. I'm Devin Stewart. A shortage of forage from both a quality and quantity standpoint is something on the minds of most cow-calf producers. At a cow-calf seminar hosted by Kansas State University's College of Veterinary Medicine, K-State veterinarian Dr. Bob Larson talked to producers about supplementing cows on moderate to poor quality winter forage. We're here with Bob Larson, who just discussed supplementing cows and heifers on moderate to poor winter forage, which is something that we've been talking a lot about with the shortage of forage, especially from a quality standpoint. Now, to start out, let's discuss mature cows. Energy and protein are extremely vital to a cow's diet. What determines the amount needed?
All right, there's a lot of things that will impact how much energy and protein a cow needs. Probably one of the most important is where she is in gestation. So is she lactating? Does she have a calf at side? Is she late in gestation? Both of those things will greatly increase the amount of energy and protein she needs. The cow that has the least amount of nutritional needs is a cow that's pregnant but is in that early to mid gestation, and she's no longer lactating, no longer has a calf at side. So that's the cow that needs the least amount of nutrients. Cow that is heavy lactation needs the most, and a cow that's not lactating but in late gestation where that calf is getting pretty big inside her, she also needs a pretty large amount of energy and protein.
Now, what's a cow's estimated forage need?
Okay, well, cows, one of the things that we struggle with is knowing exactly how much forage a cow is going to eat out there. So whether we're talking standing dormant forage or hay, either one, we don't know exactly how much she's going to eat. We start with an estimate of around 2%. I expect most cows to eat between 1.5% to 2.5% of their body weight. So although most cows are much more than 1,000 pounds, 1,000 pounds is easy to do the math. So anywhere between 15 to 25 pounds of intake for a 1,000-pound cow would be how much I'd expect her to eat of the forage.
Now, we talk a lot about the relationship between body condition and reproductive efficiency. Can you kind of touch on that?
Yes, one of the things that we do know is that, well, reproduction is a luxury. So if a cow is thin, she may choose not to start cycling and be ready to have another calf. She needs to have the luxury of reproduction. Therefore, she needs to be in kind of a good body condition. So usually what we call a body condition score 5, out of a 9-point scale, about a 5, that cow will resume cycling about 50 days or so after she calves, that meets our goals in most herds. Now, if she's a little bit thinner though, if she's down to a body condition score 4, that's going to increase to 70 or more days between the time she calves and when she'll resume cycling. So we want to keep those cows in a good body condition score 5 or 6, so that she'll perform like we want her to as far as resume cycling and be ready to breed in a timely manner.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. We are here with Dr. Bob Larson talking about supplementing mature cows on moderate to poor quality winter forage. Now, obviously, because of the shortage of forage, we have to look into some alternatives. What alternatives are you suggesting that producers use?
We've looked at a lot of different feedstuffs. Basically, producers are finding a lot of different options. A lot of these options, forage-wise, are relatively poor quality. In other words, not real high digestibility, maybe lower in protein than what they're used to feeding. That becomes the base forage that we have to work with, and then we supplement that. And a lot of the supplements that are available are byproducts from processing, such as distiller's grain, corn gluten, soy products, wheat midds. Those are all possibilities, and corn is still a possibility too, particularly if it's included at relatively low levels. So any of those feedstuffs, whatever is kind of most cost effective in a local area, become the basis of the supplements that we use.
Now, are most producers across Kansas having to look to supplements, or is there kind of a certain point to where we need to start looking for those?
The amount of supplements that a particular herd needs really depends on the forage quality and quantity that's available. The better the quality that's available, the less supplement they will need. So if either they've gotten enough rain or enough good growing season, that their forage quality and quantity is sufficient, they may need very little supplementation. Although, like I said, and as you know, we've run into a lot of situations where forage is very limiting, and so I guess the answer to the question is a lot of ranches right now are looking at supplementing poorer quality forages than they're used to.
Now, you really stress that heifers are not cows and cows are not heifers, and besides the obvious points, what are the differences from a nutritional standpoint?
The main reason that heifers are not cows is a cow is mature. She's no longer she's not gaining bone, she's not gaining muscle. We just need to keep her in the right body condition or body fat. A heifer is different. She's gaining weight, and some of that weight is bone and muscle, and that takes calories to do that. So the example that I often use is a mature cow that's in good body condition will maintain that good body condition on average quality hay. So average quality forage will be fine for a mature cow. But for a growing heifer, trying to get her to grow on forage alone, generally she will not meet our goals so that she's cycling and ready to be bred so she'll calve as a 2-year-old.
With Ag AM in Kansas, I'm Devin Stewart.